Hey, this is Dave here. Uh, this is different from the my regular vinyl finds or whatever. This is about movies, and went out last weekend as it was pretty as it was yesterday, uh, and went by some pawn shops, some thrift stores, and things like that to look for some movies and DVDs. It's been a while since I had done that, and looking out the window because look, it looks like we're fixing to have a big rainstorm, which we're predicted for. Quite different from how it was yesterday. It's supposed to get up to some heavy winds, which I hope it doesn't, but it looks like it's already coming on. So anyway, went by the pawn shop, a couple of pawn shops yesterday, and was looking for DVDs and found some pretty good bargains and some stuff that I wanted to like rewatch and everything. So anyway, here's what I picked up. This is the Year of Living Dangerously with Mel Gibson and Sigourney Weaver. And Mel Gibson plays a journalist in the 1965 Indonesia uh, revolution. So they are having a revolution in Indonesia, and he befriends a local there who is played by Linda Hunt. And of course, she's a female, but she plays a male in this movie. She plays an Asian male, which you can see right here. That's her holding up the camera, and Mel Gibson on the bottom. But she won an Academy Award for her performance in this film. And it's a real sort of emotional film in some ways. And yeah, I thought it was a very good performance by Linda Hunt. I know she's been in a lot of different movies. The only thing I can think of that she's been in that I have seen her before in was David Lynch's Dune. And I can't remember if she played one of the Sisterhood or maybe some other type character. But yeah, The Year of Living Dangerously. This is another one I wanted to rewatch. The Last Temptations of Christ. It has William Dafoe, who played Christ in it, and Harvey Keitel and Barbara Hershey. And it's just about the the life of Christ. And oh golly, there was a large controversy over this film when it first came out, and I'm not real sure what that was about now. I didn't find anything highly controversial over it, other than it kind of portrayed Christ as sort of a normal human being with human faults and everything, maybe. But yeah, I wanted to watch it again just to see. I hadn't seen it in a while and wanted to see what all that was about, and just to rewatch the film again. Um, Again, Academy Award nomination, and yeah, I thought it was shot real well. Paint Your Wagon. Now, these films I'm showing you now, there goes electricity. The films these films I'm showing now, I bought in a pawn shop, and they had a sale to buy 15 films for $5. So that comes down to like about, I don't know, 33 cents a piece. And so I thought they were all a pretty good bargain. And I thought even if some of them don't work, that the storm is playing havoc on our electricity here. So you just bear with me. So I thought if some of the films don't work, all this stuff that we're having now, it's quite common during storms down here, because you've got tall trees and you've got stuff that may land on a wire or whatever and knocks it out. But we're just prone to this. I kind of live out into a country and this type of stuff happens, and I don't like it at all. But Greg Abbott, our governor, says that everything's under control. But as you can see, it's not quite under control. Anyway, this is a musical starring Clint Eastwood and has some other famous actors in it. And it's also a musical. And I actually really enjoyed this film. It's got that song on it, I Was Born Under a Wandering Star. And it features a Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in it. And it's just about some, as I remember, it's just about some miners up in a mining community. And, you know, they're starting a boomtown and everything. And it's just about all the characters up there. And like I said, it's a musical. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I think it's well worth watching. Saving Mr. Banks. I haven't seen this one yet, but it's supposedly about Walt Disney. And let's see here. Trying to gain the rights of P.L. Travers, who's played by Emma Thompson here. Tom Hanks is in it as well. And I guess she is the one that wrote the backstory for Mary Poppins. Like I said, I haven't seen this yet, but I thought it was interesting enough that I picked it up. You know, like I said, they were really cheap, so, you know, if I don't want to keep it, I could take it down to the library or someplace and, you know, get rid of it that way. Kramer versus Kramer with Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep. Fairly emotionally charged film about the breaking up of a marriage. And even though it's kind of a sad premise for a film, I thought it was pretty good. Oliver Stone's JFK. I've seen parts of this at least once. I don't know that I've seen it all in one swoop. And it's a pretty in-depth film about the whole JFK conspiracy. I kind of feel like, you know, so that's why I picked it up. I think Oliver Stone is a pretty good director. I don't always agree with him, but he has made some good films like Platoon that I do enjoy. I kind of feel like conspiracy theories with JFK, along with conspiracy theories about UFOs or whatever, conspiracy theories in general, I don't follow that much. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, and you know, I figure if anybody if anything new comes out, then I'll take note. But otherwise, it's just conspiracy theories, and I figure why waste so much time with it. But this was a fairly interesting film, and you know, there could have been a lot of reasons maybe why JFK was shot. You know, for one, he was a philanderer and adulterer or whatever. And you know, he also had made some enemies along the way to being elected president. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd watch it again anyway. Hopscotch with Walter Matthau. I've seen this before, but now I can't tell you what it is about, so I'm going to have to watch it and see. This is on Criterion label. He plays the CIA operative, excuse me. But anyway, I'll check it out and see what I think about it. The Grifters, John Cusack and Annette Bening, Angelica Houston. Who did this? 4 Academy Awards. So did Martin Scorsese do this one too? I don't remember. Elmer Bernstein did the musical score to it. He may have done the director on it. But anyway, it's just about these grifters or con artists, and they're trying to do a heist, and make off with the money. I think the grifters, if I'm not mistaken, with a Jim Thompson, came from a Jim Thompson story, who was kind of a crime writer back in the 50s or 60s, something like that. But yeah, be interesting to watch this one again. See if I can see on here. Academy Award-winning actress Angelica Houston. Directed by Stephen Frears, is what it says, who did The Queen. So, yeah. The Grifters. Finally picked this up. I've been kind of wanting to get a copy of Saving Private Ryan. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this film. And the opening scenes to it, and, et cetera, et cetera. I am a big Spielberg fan. So I have several of his movies. I don't think I have all of them, but yeah, he's probably one of my favorite directors. Have nothing against him at all. Back to the Future, really fun film. I'm a big science fiction film fan, and so yeah, it was fun to get this one. I'm sure everybody has seen this too, but I watched a film here the other day, and the next time I start talking about movies, I'll bring it up. But it was about all the sci-fi films that were shot during the 80s, and they showed this one and talked a little bit about it. And as well as Back to the Future 2 and 3. And yeah, that whole thing was really worth watching. I can't remember the title of it, but I found it on Tubi. The Tubi app, and it was really cool. I mean, like all the movies they talked about, I'd already seen, but it was interesting just to see all those films again and hear people talking about it. Sometimes the directors and sometimes the people that made some of the artwork in it and everything. But it was like a 4 or 5 hour film documentary. So, yeah, you kind of had to watch it in over 2 or 3 nights, but I found it interesting. I found this one too. This is You're Gonna Miss Me. This is a documentary about Rocky Erickson, who was the lead singer-songwriter to 13th Floor Elevator. They came out of Austin, Texas. Rocky Erickson had mental issues, and this is sort of a interesting documentary. I wish they had gone a little bit more into it. And there are several sort of documentary type things on Rocky Erickson on YouTube that are pretty interesting. I saw one sometime back that was in black and white, and it was I think it was a German or European journalist talking to Rocky about his career and everything, and that was very interesting because he'd pick up a acoustic guitar, and play some of the songs from it, and he's just like one of those people that were, really gifted in being able to write songs and sing them, and all that. Rest in peace, Rocky. This is Hedy Wainthropp. This is Investigates. I came across Hedy Wainthropp on PBS and used to watch her shows a long time ago. This is the 2nd season, but the reason I even started watching it was because of this guy right here. And I don't know if you can see the actor, but his name is Dominic Monaghan, I guess is how you say it, Monaghan. He played on Lost, as well as The Lord of the Rings. He was one of the hobbits, and I can't remember which one he was, if he was a Merry or one of the other hobbits. But anyway, I thought he was really good, and he's really good in this too. And Patricia Etheridge, I believe is her name. Hetheridge, maybe. Does it say on here? Patricia Routledge. She's just kind of an average lady in Britain that has opened her own little detective agency. And, you know, it's a bit quirky. There's not a lot of humor in it, but I just kind of like the way it's all shot and everything. So, yeah. Hedy Waythorpe. I was real happy to find that. That's would be hard to find. This is another Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. I am a fan of this movie. It's just a really joyful movie in some ways, and then also pretty sad in other ways. But you know, it runs the gamut. But yeah, I like the way they framed this whole thing around events that came out during the '60s and what have you. But I always thought it was a real good movie. And actually, down at the library, I found a used book of. There was a second book to this, or a sequel, which I haven't read yet. But I found the sequel to this movie and was just real curious where it went from there. This is Meet the Parents, a comedy with Ben Stiller and oh golly, what's this guy's name? The main guy, Robert De Niro. It's funny how the mind goes once you get on camera. But yeah, it's just about Ben Stiller, you know, dating his daughter, and you know how De Niro wants to vet him as to whether or not he would be a good suitor for his daughter. I picked this up too. It's Fried Green Tomatoes, which is a movie I really enjoyed, as well as Coal Miner's Daughter with Sissy Spacek. And Tommy Lee Jones was also in this. The Coal Miner's Daughter is about Loretta Lynn starting out. And yeah, I've always enjoyed watching that movie. It didn't have it's supposed to have fried green tomatoes in here, which I've got on VHS tape, but it wasn't in here actually. So, you know, it was just Coal Miner's Daughter. But the disc is in good shape, so I was happy to get it. Just even though it only had that one film in it, movie in it. I haven't seen this one. Big fan. So I was real interested to pick it up because I kind of been wanting to see it. It has Pat Oswalt in it, which is this guy here, and I'm guessing it's about football, which I'm not even a sports fans, but I was just kind of curious what kind of part he would play in it. And I think it's supposed to be like a light comedy. Just says funny, terrific, and fearless from the New York Times. So yeah, kind of curious to give that a go and see what happens in it. This is Serenity, which is a science fiction movie. I'm always looking for science fiction or some horror, you know, whenever I watch these things. And this is I guess you could say follow-up, or it's the movie that came out of that TV series called Firefly, which was just about these, what would you call them? Soldiers of fortune. You know, it takes place in the future because they're all in spaceships and everything, but soldiers of fortune that hire out to do different things for money, I guess you could say. At least that's the way I remember it. But and then this is the follow-up to that, and I really thought it was a pretty good movie, but it's been a while since it was released, since I've seen it. It features a commentary by the writer-director Josh Whedon, and he's pretty good at making like action type stuff. So yeah. Serenity. Hell or High Water. This has Jeff Bridges in it, Chris Pine, and Ben Foster. Sort of a crime drama with these two brothers in it. Of course, Jeff Bridges plays the sheriff going after them. And supposedly it takes place in Texas. as I remember, and I think they were supposed to be in Abilene in one of the shots, but now this part back here looks like West Texas, but there's not very many mountains in it. In one part, it showed some place with mountains in it, so it wasn't shot in Texas, but it's a pretty good Western. Some have said this is kind of like a modern Western, and I guess that's true. This is Unbroken. This is a story of Louis Zamperini, who was a guy that went to the Olympics over in Germany back before the war really started out. And I don't remember if he is Jewish. I don't think he is, but he may have been. But I read the book to this, and the book was really good. And I mean, the film is pretty good too, but this is one of those things where I think the book did surpass the movie because it gave a lot more in-depth, and particularly once he got into the war, that part of it. So he was drafted or joined up in World War II, and as I remember, went down in an airplane and was picked up by the Japanese, I believe it was, and taken to a Japanese prison camp. And the second part of the movie sort of takes place with him being in that prison camp, and how they were mistreated, and how one of the guards there formed sort of a hatred towards him for whatever reason. I mean, it's hard to say. But a really interesting movie and interesting book, to Unbroken. Pretty incredible. And they get stranded on this life raft. And I just remember they were out there for days without any food or anything. If you can imagine how harrowing that would be. And sharks circling the boat. And Zamperini even said the sharks would jump up out of the water and try and get in the boat to get them. So real scary premise. Fight Club. I didn't actually like Fight Club when it first came out. I mean, it was okay, but I picked this up just to kind of rewatch it again to see what I thought about it. It has Ed Norton and Brad Pitt in it. Sort of a kind of a surreal political, I don't know, type movie, I guess. It also had Helen Bonham Carter in it, in a unusual role for her. I mean, it was a pretty decent film. I'm real curious to watch this again and see what I think of it. But Fight Club, pretty interesting movie. Well, no electricity. I see it's still off, and that's all I have as far as my movies that I picked up here recently. So hope everybody's doing well. We'll talk to you later.